Hello and welcome to the True North Show. I'm your host, Megan North, and I'd like to start by thanking the sponsors of the show, Quantum Awakening, Beth Lewis and Anne C. Clark. Today, I welcome Saras Naidoo to the show. Saras is a guide, author, and space holder devoted to helping people return to presence, alignment, and inner clarity. After retiring from a fulfilling career as a high school educator, where she taught horticulture and developed experiential learning programs, Saras followed a deeper calling into holistic and energy-based healing. She is the founder of the Quantum Healing Circle for Women, a global heart-centered community, and she's the creator of the Chai Chat series, a collection of 90 soulful reflections that gently guide individuals back to themselves. This work evolved into her book, Chai Chat, a 90-day journal into alignment, inner radiance, and self-care. Blending her experience as a master gardener, Reiki master, hypnotherapist, and quantum healing practitioner, Saras brings a grounded yet intuitive approach to personal transformation. Her work is rooted in simplicity, nature, and everyday rituals, reminding us that healing doesn't have to be complicated. Her work is also deeply shaped by her personal journey through cancer alongside her husband, which led her into profound inner healing and transformation. Saras, welcome to the True North Show. I'm so happy you are joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Megan. I'm so happy to be here.
Great. Now, sometimes the most powerful transformation begins when we slow down, breathe, and come back to ourselves. Stay with us. After this quick commercial break, Saras will share how healing, nature, and inner wisdom can help you realign your life one gentle step at a time. Welcome back to the True North Show. I'm here with Saras Naidoo, a guide, author, and space holder whose work brings together presence, nature, and deep healing. So, Saras, your journey from educator to healer and your book, Chai Tat, all speak to the power of returning to self. So, what do you think people most need to release in order to reconnect with their inner wisdom?
What I would say is and everything I say is from my own experience and what I know. So from my own experience, I was constantly looking outside of myself for what I needed. And it took me a while. It took the breast cancer to hit me over the head and say, okay, stop and smell the roses. Multitasking and just going nonstop with everything that was going on, being a caregiver to my husband and being a mom to my 4 kids. There was no time for myself. It's the usual story I think we all go through.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was forced to just take note of what's going on within me. And I started out as a teacher, very structured, very practical. And over time, I was drawn more and more into the quieter spaces because I started meditating. I became a Reiki master. I became a hypnotherapist. I was into shamanism. I couldn't get enough of all of this work. And then eventually I spent a lot of time in nature as well. And I found the more I was in nature, the more I felt the healing. It was as
Mm,
simple as that. Just walking bare feet on the ground sometimes is all we need to make that shift.
yeah.
And so what I do now is I create space. I create spaces through my chai chats, my book, and my community.
Mm,
And, where people can actually pause, reconnect uh, with themselves in a very gentle way.
mm,
Because I truly believe that everything we're searching for is already within us. And
beautiful.
we just need to slow down and just listen.
Mm-hmm.
And we will hear. And all the answers come to us in that quiet time.
Definitely, definitely. One of the things that I always love to share with people, because I'm amazed that so many people don't know this, but when we talk about the word listen, I always say, did you know that the same letters to spell listen are the same letters to spell silent?
Yes.
And so many people think, oh my gosh, it is, it's that listening and then being silent. It's,
Being silent.
yeah, that inner work is definitely that, isn't it? It's the really listening to what your body or your environment is telling you, but then sitting with it and actually listening to what it's actually and being silent about what the message is that you're getting. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is why we have two ears and one mouth, right? You listen twice as much as you speak. And
Yeah.
another thing I'd like to add to that too is when you want to talk to God, you do it in the form of prayer. But
Mm,
then you have to be quiet and listen, and that's your meditation. And that's when the answers come. And I learned that through my own experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful, beautiful. And so you spoke about the moment when you were going through breast cancer. And so was that the defining moment that you feel that you started to really step into this space and sort of led you into pursuing this purpose that you have?
Absolutely.
Mm,
Megan, ever since I could remember growing up, I wanted to become a teacher. I just wanted to become a teacher. And I accomplished that.
mm,
But then when I was going through this journey, I suddenly realized, okay, that was just my training grounds. I'm still teaching now, but in a different way. This is what I really came here to do,
mm,
to make a difference by going through that journey and helping others go through that. It seemed I had to go through all those steps in order to understand, because I remember one part where I had a choice of going through the actual chemotherapy. Uh, I could go through it if I wanted to, or I couldn't. And I didn't know what to do. So I meditated on it.
mm,
And the answer that came through was just so different. I didn't expect that. Well, if you think you are going to teach and help others, then yes, you have to go through that experience. I thought, wow, that's the answer I got. So I went through it. So I
wow,
could
isn't that
speak
powerful?
about it and help others that are going through that journey.
Yeah, yeah. And so when we talk about purpose, what do you think that your purpose is? What would you say it is at the moment?
My purpose, what I found out was to be a guide more than being a teacher, to lead by example
Mm-hmm.
and just be that guide, because you can't, even though I call myself a healer, I cannot heal anybody. I can only help them, be the guide, and show them the path for them to heal themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what I found.
Yeah. And I think that that's a really interesting and very important distinction to make from being a healer, in the sense of we can guide. I'm a healer as well. I can guide someone through the process, but it's not me doing the healing. I'm witnessing
No.
it, and I can see. I refer to creator of all that is,
Mhm.
but or God or whoever you want to believe in, but that's where the healing's coming from. We're just here to witness it. And sometimes I think it's also to help the person to I guess, get confirmation and validate that the healing has taken place. But at the end of the day, it's still up to the individual to accept that healing and to actually have that change happen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And what I found was we are just the conduit. And if someone comes to me and expects me to do the hard work for them, I'll tell them straight, don't waste your money. I can't work with you. Come back when you are ready and aligned, and
Yes.
then we can work.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. Exactly. That's it. And and it is about time, isn't it? It's about the divine timing of people doing healings. You know, I think about all the work that I do on myself, and I think, oh, isn't it interesting? Like, wonder what would have happened if I was ready to heal this 10 years ago? What would have happened over the last 10 years? But then it's that trust, isn't it, of knowing that, okay, well, obviously I didn't need to heal it 10 years ago. I needed to heal it now.
Yes, absolutely. Because, we were going through our own journey. And another thing too, Megan, I just want to mention, about 13 years ago, when I was talking about energy and frequency and all this kind of stuff, people didn't have a clue what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So then I had to go to, okay, eat this for a good diet and exercise. I had to go back to the basics. But now I am so excited because so many people have, been awakened to who we are and how powerful we are and what we are all about. So it's so nice to be able to have that conversation when people get it now.
Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Absolutely. And so we've already learned about you, but has there been a lot that you've navigated in life? Like, you've obviously navigated a lot of things in your life. So from a mental health and well-being point of view, has that been an evolving journey for you over time as well, or have you always had one or two things that you've really stuck to through your life that you still stick to now?
See, what I learned, because of my Reiki education and especially the Reiki, because you're working with energy, right? I learned that it's all about mind, body, spirit balance. And my mind was okay, my body was okay because I exercised, I did all that stuff. My spirit part of it was starving. So that's when I just went full in and I started working on that part. And that's when everything started opening up and my real transformation started. And I could see the gaps in myself where I needed the healing. And I went on that journey of self-healing. Most beautiful journey. And these are the different things that I do even to this day. I have my morning routine, takes about an hour. And, I'm not one to sit on a mat for an hour and meditate. That's just not me. But I do it once in a while. I am still in bed. Before I get out of bed, when I open my eyes, is when I go through a whole meditate, just in my own way. Whatever I align with and I visualize, that becomes my meditation for the day, for the morning. And then the last thing at night, again, when I'm in bed, before I close my eyes to go sleep, I'm in gratitude, full gratitude. And that has served me well now. I do that daily for 15 years. I've been doing that without missing a day. Then another thing that I've started is writing a gratitude journal. So important. Just 5 things every day. And that has helped me tremendously. It's manifesting and everything that comes just from doing that simple routine every day. So these are some of the things that I do on a daily basis. It's not hard. It's doable. If you're a busy mom out there listening, you can do it. Or if you just have 5 minutes, just sit down in silence and just breathe and connect with your breath. That's all you need to do because we have a direct connection. We don't need to go to a second and third person. We have a direct link to the source or God or whatever you want to call it. So
Yeah.
use that power, find it
Mm.
within you and use and connect to
Mm.
that power, at least for 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
That's not much.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And when you talked about like in the evening when you before you go to sleep, it's the energy around gratitude. Is that then you feeling into the gratitude? Is that you being really grateful and knowing how it feels in your body? Because I always think that there's a
Absolutely.
difference, right? There's a difference to a gratitude journal because I feel like that's almost head work. Whereas when you were just talking then about that, in the gratitude space, I feel like it's a real feeling, isn't it?
I do it as a meditation.
Yeah.
I just write, and there's energy in your writing. That's why I
Mm.
like the handwriting in a physical book,
Yes.
you know. And as you write, you visualize, and you go, you feel it.
Mm.
You have to feel everything that you say, otherwise, it's just empty words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I found. And, and even if you write the same things, you say, well, I don't have 5 new things. Write the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Whatever comes to you, the more you write it, the more you'll align with it.
Yes.
Like I am grateful for my beautiful home. I am grateful for my health. Whatever it is that comes to you,
Yeah.
and then just feel it. Feel that. Feel your body and how
Mm.
grateful and how healthy you are.
Yeah.
And then look around your home and admire it.
Mm.
Everything that you did. So that is the way I like to do a gratitude journal.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's really beautiful. And I'm often reminded by all the angels and guides that are around me that they constantly tell me that they really don't understand words, but they understand the feeling. So they tell me they can feel it when I'm in gratitude. They can feel it when I'm joyous. They can feel it when I'm celebrating. And so they constantly tell me, do it more and more, celebrate more and more, because we connect with that. And then we go, oh, Megan's really excited because this has happened. Let's give her more of that. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's living your life in joy. People can't understand. There's so much going out there when you sitting there and smiling and laughing and dancing and playing music. What's going on? I said, because that's the way I choose to live.
Yeah.
You could be in the third dimension all you want, but I'm next to you, but I'm in the fifth dimension,
Yeah.
right? You make your choice.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I love that. And it is. It's a choice. It's a mindset shift and a choice that you step into that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've recently published your book. So Chai Chat. Oh my gosh, it's really hard. A couple of times. Chai Chat. So it's a 90-day journey into alignment, inner radiance, and self-care. So can you share with us what the book is about, how that came about? What is, like, I think I know it's a book and then a journal piece as well. So can you tell us more about it?
Oh, I get so excited when I talk about my book.
Wow, look at that.
And
That's amazing.
I just 2 weeks now I published this, and it says series one because I love writing. So I plan on doing others, in the series.
Yeah.
And how this started was I did like a daily 5 minute video inspiration, something on inspiration in my group
Mm.
every day. And we went through this like a 90-day journey, all of us. And everyone we're at different stages, but you only do one day at a time. And
Okay.
then you take in the information, you live through it, you journal. There's a call to action. And how it started was I did all the videos, and then they kept saying, but this is so good. We're enjoying this so much. How can we share this? We want to share it. And so then I said, well, you can't share it. I have a private group. So I meditated on it, and I meditated on it, and I could hear my team, my spiritual team telling me, write a book. Write
Mm.
a book. I love writing. I started my storybook 13 years ago, and I put it aside. I did 3 chapters and that was it. And that was no labor pains or anything is happening with that one. So then this chai chat comes in. Now chai, I just want to say my daughter designed this cover for my Queenie's Spice Works, and it's got my initials and, just the way she created it. Now chai means tea. In Ayurveda, the background I come from. So what do we do when we get together? We have tea and we have a chat. And this chai chat name just came to me one day when a friend was visiting. She loved my homemade chai. I said, okay, I'll make you some. And so then we ended up doing a video and I posted it as a bonus chai chat. And that's how it started. I said, okay, why don't I just do this so everyone can enjoy it? Now, everything in this book is what I went through with my cancer journey. There's so many beautiful nuggets in here. And what's nice about this is it's not a book you read from page 1 to the end. This one, you just open any page. You open any page, and then this one is, say, day 35. It says, okay, so this is the one for today, living with an open heart. And then I have a little explanation here. Living with an open heart does not mean you will never feel pain. It means you remain willing to love, even after disappointment, even after hurt. An open heart is not naive. It is courageous. And it goes on to talk more about that. And then on the right-hand side, you get a call to action, pause, and then practice. And if you're drinking your tea or whatever it is, and then read through that, then I have a gentle reminder. And then I also have a journal prompt at the end.
Right.
So this is why I said you should only do one day at a time.
Yes.
And what's nice about it, another time, if I go and pick the same page and read through it, I'll get a different understanding. So it's one of those books, like I'll have it by my bedside and I'll have it wherever I am. And because I'm just newly published, I'm still getting used to being called a published author. That is so cool. But when I open this and I read it, Megan, and I read it, and then I think about it and I visualize everything. And then I look at, oh my gosh, I wrote this. It's mine. When you feel that excitement, but I still can read it, even though I've, read it so many times, because I went through the writing, the editing, the formatting, the creating of the cover, and then the actual publishing on KDP. I did every step by myself because I wanted to go through that process. Yeah. And man, writing the book was easy. All the other stuff was a difficult part. So if anybody out there, you're looking and all you have to pay for is the book. On Amazon, and that's it. Because for these same programs, a program like this, people pay a lot of money, right? Now, the videos for this, I just want to mention, is all in my Facebook group. It's all 90 of them are there. And what's different about the videos, I add a lot of personal stuff to the videos. Now, for the book, I had to clean it up and just, it's a little different. So enjoy the videos, participate in them. There's actually over 100, because I did so many bonus chai chats during the season. And if I have a visitor, well, guess what? We're going to have a bonus chai chat, and we pick a topic and we just talk about it. It's so much fun. So much fun. So,
I love that. I love that. I love that there's, there's bits, there's sort of prompts in it too for you to then take action on it, because often we'll read a book and we'll think, oh, that's really interesting, and oh yes, I must do that, but then if there's no guidance into what we need to do with the information we've just received, we often just sort of park it and we don't do anything with it. So I love that you've got the journal prompts and those sort of things as well, because that way then people are really embodying what's happening for the day.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a really nice self-help book, and it's a book that you can, like I say, you don't have to just read once. And then you can just open to any page and that's your page for the day,
Yes. Yeah.
And then what I'm working on, oracle cards to go with the book. So I'm working on that now, and that takes a while though.
Yes.
To
Yes.
put that, and then to have that on the side, because sometimes you don't have time to read the book. Then you just pick a card, right,
Yes.
and then look at it, and that's a heading of each day, and you just read on that. And for anyone that's into reading cards and that, intuitively you can read it that way.
Yes.
And then if you want the in-depth version, then you go to the book.
And yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And being an oracle, look, all my cards behind me here.
Oh,
So
there,
yeah,
yes.
I'm an oracle card and tarot card reader and teacher actually. So I love
So you can give me a little more guidance on this. I've never done this before.
and I love that idea too, because it gives people who, so I'm not really a book reader.
Mm-hmm.
I get bored really quickly, but if you had the oracle cards to go with it, then I would get so
Yeah.
much, because it's quick, right? And my intuition kicks in very quickly. So for me to use cards as guidance, love that idea. So I love
Yeah.
that you're looking at doing that and having that in connection with the book, because I think that will, I already feel like that will be very, very successful.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes. And you know what? There's so much of love that went into this book. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, when you get this book, anyone that's interested in getting it, you
QR.
just hold it. You can feel all the love in there.
Yeah, yeah. And I've popped the QR codes there for anyone that wants to purchase the book. So fantastic. I love that. I love it. Congratulations. I think that's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
To
Thank
be
you
a
so much.
published author.
You can see how excited I get. I love my chai. I mean, yeah, I don't drink alcohol or anything like that, but
Yeah.
man, give me a cup of chai and I'm in my happy place.
Yes, yes. And I'm a non-drinker, and I actually don't drink coffee either. So for me, I'm always looking for places that do a good sticky chai, because I love a nice sticky chai. And there's
Yeah,
actually a place up in my neighborhood, in my suburb, that they actually do a really good sticky
yeah,
chai, and you get it and you can strain it, and all the beautiful fresh herbs are there and the spices, and oh, love it. So
everything.
yeah.
Now, the beginning of this book, I have my chai recipes there. I have all the different ways. It's just such it's not just like a workbook. There's lots of little nuggets at the beginning as well. And then I talk about the actual spices that goes into my spice that I make and
Yeah.
the benefits of it. Because I
Mhm.
also am very much into Ayurveda.
Yes.
That's a background I come from. And
Yes.
every spice has a benefit and
Mhm.
a function. So I explain a little bit of that in the book
Yeah.
as well.
And just for the audience as well, is that the website for your spice website will be in the information when as you're listening to this, all of that information will be available as well. So yeah,
Hmm.
good. So let's
Perfect.
move on. This is amazing. So let's move on to your Facebook group. So this incredible community that you have created. So Quantum Healing Circle for Women.
Hmm.
Can you share with us what that journey was and how that came about?
Okay, I started that Facebook group when I was going through my journey with breast cancer. I started the group, and it was called Cancer Freedom, uh, Cancer Freedom coach or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I even forgot the name now. And it was there, but somehow, for the 2 years I had it, I wasn't excited about that way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I kept meditating on it and say, okay, I need to do something here because I'm not feeling this. And I got the answers loud and clear. You are focusing on the disease. You got to change. You got to rebrand. So I did. I rebranded and I started focusing on the healing. And I
Mm.
changed the name to Quantum Healing Circle for Women because
Mm.
that's really who I am. I'm in the quantum, right? I work with quantum.
Yeah.
And it's like overnight that group started growing in leaps and bounds. And I'm almost 6,000 members now, beautiful souls that are in this group. So interactive. They just wait for the chai chats every day. They get upset if I don't post it in time. It's that kind of excitement. And
Yeah.
just, I love every one of them. And then I have over 100 interviews that I've done in the group, and all of them are in the group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't erase anything. I download them, I record them and download them so they stay in my group.
Yeah.
So beautiful souls talking about so many different things, quantum healing mainly. And so you can connect with any of them. I bring them all, I just provide the platform. And
Mm-hmm.
everything in the group is free. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing that I just started now is my
It's
book.
your book.
That's all. That's it. Everything else is free because I feel so gifted and
Mm.
so honored that I could do that. But down the road, just to satisfy my soul, I might do a little offering or something. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
That I'll know when that comes. But
Yeah.
for now, I'm just pumped about getting this book out, and it was just went like there was no obstructions.
Mm.
It was so aligned that start to finish, it was everything was yes, yes, yes. Next step, next step, next step. Because it wasn't me that wasn't me only that wanted this book out. It was the universe.
Yeah.
That book needs to get out there. So,
Yeah.
so I got it out there. They helped me, of course.
Of course, yeah. And so within the Facebook group, is it like a community that then women supporting women and asking questions and you giving any healing and chai chat obviously as well?
Yes, yes. It's a collaboration big time. When I do the interviews, I really spotlight my guests, and
Mm,
they get to share all their links, and then I do a really good bio for them, and I add
mhm.
it to their interview, and then they get to add their links, and later on, if they have a new offering, they can come back and add that link under their interview as well. So
Mhm.
it's ongoing,
Great.
and I created the platform because I want to help women, especially in this business. Uh,
Mm,
it's, it's so hard for them to find that group.
yeah,
So by bringing them all together, now they do their magic and and do what they need to do.
yeah,
So that's the way the group works.
yeah,
And then I've got
beautiful.
lots of activations there as well. Every time we hit a milestone, I would gift them with a live activation that I would do, playing
Mhm.
the singing bowl and a little bit of light language and just a little bit of everything I bring to the table for about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
So all that's in there in the featured section. Everything
Wow.
that I do is in the featured section,
Yeah,
and there's a ton of stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's a place that you will never get bored. There's a lot to watch and listen. So
And can you share a little bit more about what is quantum healing? So we know you're a Reiki master, and I think most people understand Reiki.
yes.
But what about quantum healing? What is that all about?
Well, I think quantum healing science is only now catching up, right? When you're working with energy, even though you can't see it, the energy is there. And same like when you breathe, that's what you're breathing. Everything is energy.
Yeah.
Even the like your desk and something that you feel has no life, it has energy.
Mm-hmm.
So we are all part of this quantum. Like I look at Mother Earth as being the big womb, and
Mm.
we are all in her womb, and she is a living breathing entity as well,
Mm.
and everything we do affects her,
Mm-hmm.
and everything she does affects us.
Yeah.
So working in the quantum is where we work together energetically,
Mm.
and whatever I do for myself has an impact on somebody else, good
Mm-hmm.
or bad.
Yeah.
And this is why when we even what we think about has an impact. So people, some of them just want to complain. They
Mm-hmm.
look at all the bad stuff that's going on. Well, guess what? The more you do that, the more of that quantum energy you are bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
So switch it over. And
Mm.
okay, if somebody like with the war that's going on, I don't focus on the war.
Mm.
I just keep sending healing energy to them.
Yeah.
I keep sending the healing energy, regardless of who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah.
We are not the judge of that.
Yes.
We have to do our part to ourselves,
Yeah.
working energetically, raising your vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what working quantumly means. And
Mm-hmm.
how do you raise your vibration? By doing everything that's like I work with an emotional scale when I work. The
Mm-hmm.
low emotions are at the bottom of that scale, like fear and everything, the usual low vibrational things, hate, fear, and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
how do you get from there and rise up that scale and stay there? As human
Mm.
beings, we tend to go up and down, but how do you go up and stay there? And, when I say to people, when I work with them, I said, try loving the person that was just mean to you,
Mm.
or that maybe killed somebody in your family or something. That's a good starting point,
Yeah.
so you send them healing energy.
Yeah.
That's what working in the quantum, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Energy is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we can do, sessions across the globe, right? We don't have to have the
No,
person in front of us.
exactly.
And this is what people are starting to become familiar with. Oh,
Yeah.
I felt that. Oh, that's good. You walk into a room. Sometimes you want to walk out, or sometimes you want to walk in.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's also an example of that. And it's so new,
Mm.
quantum energy and the healing. So when we talk about the quantum healing part, the first thing we have to do is balance our own energies. And in Reiki, we have the 7 main chakras. There's over 100 chakras, right?
Yes.
But when we can balance each of those chakras, then we balance the body, because every chakra sends energy to the organs around them. Like
Yeah.
when I had breast cancer, guess what? It was my heart
Heart
chakra
chakra.
that
Yeah.
was compromised, right?
Mm.
And I know it because, man, I just felt everything and I was so upset and I was doing all this stuff. Yeah. And I work so much on my heart chakra, even to
Mm.
this day. And so
Mm.
I feel that, yes. So
Mm.
like that, all these different chakras. And then the main thing is to ground your grounding chakra, grounding to Mother Nature. And if you can just ground to Mother Nature, that alone is so helpful. What really upsets me, Megan, is when I see in the middle of summer, people wearing thick soled shoes and covering their feet. Oh, that annoys me. Even in the wintertime, if I can get away bare feet, I'm bare feet, because that's the energy that connects to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Energetically, you are connected. That's all part of the quantum healing and
Yeah.
energy. So every chance you get, walk bare feet.
Mm.
And if you can get in the water bare feet, that's even better,
Yes.
because water carries memory.
Mm.
Yeah. So I
Mm.
don't know how much more. It's something that's not really easy to explain.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
something you have to experience, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I think that I think that was a good explanation, particularly when you're talking about the energy, because I think everyone can sort of relate to what that means. So I think that was a great explanation. And so have you got an example of like a client that you've worked with recently, with the quantum healing work that you've done, that they've had like a real breakthrough?
I can give you some nuggets that I use throughout my book, and I think the audience might like this. The things, like, I call it my kind of signature phrases that I use, and I have a few. I think I may have a few here. I can, like, sound bites, right? So the first one is, we're not learning, we are remembering, because everything is already within us. We are not learning anything new. We are remembering. And that's a very, when I first heard that one, when I learned about that one, I thought, wow, everything is already within us. People talk about AI and all these computers and all that. We are the motherboards. We are the biggest computer. Everything we need, we just have to ask, and we find it within us. Yeah, don't ask AI. I mean, you can do that too, but AI will only reflect what you tell it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And another thing I talk about is healing doesn't have to be complicated. Healing doesn't have to be complicated, right?
Yeah.
And then another one, I talk a lot about the pause in my book. The pause is where everything begins. The pause is where everything begins. You know, when you just sit still, take a few breaths and just pause. And then that's where things begin, right?
Beautiful.
And another one, small moments create big transformation.
Yeah.
You look at the small things, don't look at the big things.
Yep.
Take those small moments and celebrate.
Yes.
And I talk a lot about this in my chai chats.
Yes.
Every little thing, celebrate, because that raises your vibration. And all those small ones, when you put together, you know, I mean, look at all that celebration.
Yes.
Always celebrate.
Yes.
I believe in that. Even if you're alone, celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
And then I have a couple more. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about returning to yourself. Yeah, you're not fixing anything. You are already whole. At the soul level, we are all perfect, right? We just have to find that perfection again.
Yeah.
Yes. And then presence is a medicine. Presence is a medicine. Yeah.
I love that.
Those are some of the sound bites that I use in the book, in different, like, weaved throughout the book. I'll constantly refer to these.
Yes.
And then in the videos, I will actually give examples that I went through or I experienced.
Yep.
So, so those are different.
There's some beautiful sound bites there that, now my little mind is pondering over those things as well. I love the pause. I think the pause is beautiful. And particularly when you're in a conversation with someone or you're not quite sure how you're feeling about something, that pause can be really beneficial, because when you pause, it's then silent. And then it gives you that moment to listen to what your body is sharing with you of how you react. Sometimes that simple before you respond to someone can actually make a very big difference.
Yes. Yeah, because, words are so powerful and they have vibration and energy. So I always say to myself, and maybe others too, be careful of the words you say. And think before you say them, because once you say them, you cannot take them back.
Exactly.
It's out in the universe.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And for anyone also, starting their healing journey, I know it is very daunting. It can be very daunting, particularly if you're wanting to work on and heal something that you've been, that's been part of your life for a very long time. But it's about starting. It's about doing small things. And as you said, then celebrating those small wins as well. Because the more work you do on yourself and the more you heal, the easier it is. I know myself, if something pops up and I think, oh, that's interesting, that's triggered me, I can immediately tune in and work on it and work through it. Every now and then something will come up that I think, oh, I'll go and see a healer about this because I feel like I'm blocking myself or I'm in my own way. But, the thing is that the more work we do on ourselves, the easier it becomes.
Yeah. And another thing I'd like to mention, this is something I use a lot. The body is intelligent and knows how to heal itself. We just have to stay out of its way and let
Yes.
it do its work.
Yep.
It's just amazing. And I did that from experience. I know it works. And I talk to your body, to the different parts that are hurting.
Yep.
Because they all have energy and vibration and they will answer in their own way, through symbols or whatever.
Yeah.
But talk to your body and love your body, every part of it. If you're hurting, like what do we do as mothers when our children are hurting? We all have healing in our hands, right? You hug that child and you soothe them. Well, do that for yourself too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so easy to do that.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. That's really beautiful. And so, you're now a published author. Your first
I'm going to get used to that title.
your first book is just available after the last couple of weeks. So what's in store for the rest of 2026 for you? Like, what other things have you got planned?
Oh my gosh. I have so much on the go. I didn't even get to talk about my spices. That's for another one. I have a website. I make my own blend of spices, healing spices. It's got 22 different Ayurvedic spices in it. And I make a blend and you can use that in everything. And, touch wood, I very seldom, if never get sick.
Yeah.
Because, that's what heals my body.
Yes.
The spices, I take it in its real form, not in a pill form, the real live foods and the spices. And I grow my own food. I grow the spices. So that keeps me busy.
Yes.
And then I'm going to be working on the Oracle cards. And after that, I'm going to be working on a short program. Like I said, I want to do some kind of a little offering in my group.
Yes.
And then start working on series 2. I already have some ideas for series 2 that's coming up. I think I want to work on, it'll be based on energy anyway.
Right.
Yeah, but maybe something, since everybody's so into diet and all that kind of stuff, I might base it on that. I mean, when you talk about diet and nutrition and that, you can have a vegan ending up with cancer, right? It's not so much about the food that you eat, is how you eat it, the energy within it, and like stress. Don't stress over it.
Yeah.
If you can't find organic, well, eat what's next best.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, don't stress over it.
Yes.
So things like that, I want to talk about more and bring that, especially to our younger people, because they, from my own experience with my own family, I have young children too. It seems they stress over the worst things, the simplest things, So to get them over that and help them with that. So,
yeah. Wow. Gosh. Watch this space. I think the Oracle cards, I suspect, is probably going to take you, probably the rest of the year to work on that, because I've looked in myself at creating my own Oracle deck as well, and there's a lot of work in it.
It's a lot of work. I know, it's a lot of work. Like the book, you just create this cover, right? There's one cover. With that, it's each card.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have to decide, how I want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, 90 days, I could do 90 cards or 2 packs, or just pick maybe 45
Yes.
out of that, and then, yeah, I don't know. I'm in the process of planning that. So
Yes.
we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. Love it. So we've actually only got a couple of minutes left in our conversation. I knew that this would go very quickly. And
Hmm.
yes, we have only just started to scratch the surface, so you'll have to come back next season for sure.
Yes, I'd love to. And
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
have you in our Facebook group
Yes.
as well. Oh,
Yeah, I
they'll
look
love
forward to
that.
that. Yeah, it'll be great. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I love to ask all of my guests before we finish our conversation. So what is one lesson or truth that you've learned on your journey that you wish you had known earlier?
One thing that I would like to leave everyone with is fill your own cup first. You can't
Mm,
give from an empty cup. I
mm-hmm,
learned that the hard way. And
mm,
now my chai is filled to the brim before I even think of doing anything else. And, and if you're someone who enjoys um, simple rituals,
yeah,
then just take those few moments in your day,
mm-hmm,
pause,
mm,
take that pause, and then support yourself.
yeah.
Feed yourself first.
Mm. And
That's
if
what
you if you could go back, I don't know, 20 years or 25 years, I suppose, what would be the one thing that you would have changed in that time of like filling your own cup? Would it have been just taking 5 minutes for yourself, or what would it have been?
is taking even 1 minute for myself because I
Mm.
didn't take any minutes for
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
Yes, yes. You don't even think about that
Mm,
at that time. You just busy earning a living and taking
yes,
care of family and everything else. You don't even think about yourself.
yes,
And when I look back, Megan, I wish I took that 5 minutes just to sit and do something for myself,
yeah,
even just nothing, but just sit and reflect and take that pause. I
yeah.
wish I could do that.
Yeah, and I think that that's a beautiful piece of wisdom, because I think we get when we're feeling overwhelmed or when we feel like we're not actually giving ourselves enough time, then often our brain goes into, well, I don't have an hour to do this, or I don't have it. And it's like, yeah, but even just a minute or two of just
Hmm.
taking a breath and just stopping can be so beneficial. And you start there, a minute, just take 1 minute, and
Hmm.
then how does that feel? And then can you add another minute to that minute? It's about then just starting somewhere, starting
Hmm.
small and seeing how
Yeah.
that feels for you.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
biggest step is a first step to
Yes,
get started, right?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and just for sharing all your wisdom. I have no doubt that all of the audience will have written a lot of notes in relation to all the wisdom that you've shared. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And thank you, Megan, for inviting me. I feel so blessed to be able to do this. I love doing this work. I love meeting people and sharing and, yeah.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And I'd also like to thank all of my amazing and dedicated audience, my supporters, and again to the sponsors of the show. I hope that everyone has an amazing rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. And again, thank you so much, Saras.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. And thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.